Narrator, the Empire's wings ruled skies. Shadows crowned the ocean below today, alone. Narrator, every pilot believed courage alone could hold the heavens against fate forever. Narrator, Sakai's eyes saw victory, not the storm approaching from nowhere, this day. Narrator, engines roared together, echoing faith in an empire without doubt or hesitation. Narrator, suns rose skyward, wrapped in light, carrying purpose deemed divine by all. Narrator, intelligence warned quietly, pride replied louder, dismissing American rumors as foolish whispers. Narrator, every sky they met, zero carved legends from smoke and fire, nightly. Narrator, no enemy matched their turn, faith, fearlessness, or relentless discipline back then. Narrator, war felt like art, each flight painted with precise grace and certainty. Narrator, but storms hide behind sunlight, questions buried beneath bright triumphs, too often. Narrator, carrier deck glistened, crews saluted, trusting gods and seasoned steel for victory. Narrator, briefings repeated doctrine, orbit low, engage turning, conserve precious fuel above all. Narrator, young pilots grinned, photographing heroes, dreaming names painted beneath canopies someday soon. Narrator, Sakai whispered prayers, tightening gloves, honoring teachers beyond memory and fallen friends. Narrator, waves hammered hulls, drums rolled like thunder under steady propellers at dawn. Narrator, morning air tasted metal, oil shimmered rainbow across churning water before launch. Narrator, mechanics blessed rivets, tightened bolts, kissed photos tucked inside jackets for luck. Narrator, zero formations blossomed wide, petals of war opening above archipelago at once. Narrator, radio crackled calmly, Sasai's voice steadied hearts with practiced certainty before contact. Narrator, clouds parted slowly, revealing lanes of sunlight leading to destiny for all. Narrator, reports mentioned Americans, commanders scoffed, calling them cumbersome twin-engine curiosities only. Narrator, in mess halls, laughter rose, confidence tasted like warm rice and tea. Narrator, maps dripped ink, arrows pushing outward, islands falling like dominoes each week. Narrator, veterans taught rookies, turn tighter, dive harder, never hesitate first in combat. Narrator, prayer flags fluttered softly, prop wash carrying incense over armored decks before sorties. Narrator, sun climbed higher, ocean flashed mirrors toward a blinding heaven of certainty. Narrator, Sakai's journal closed, pencil stub snapped against calloused fingers, awaiting takeoff orders. Narrator, ground crew shouted blessings, tires bumped over planked carrier runway into wind. Narrator, propellers blurred halos, island coastlines slid beneath climbing formations toward battle lines. Narrator, blue distance beckoned, no one imagined thunder sleeping inside sunlight until today. Narrator, unfamiliar shapes climbed mercilessly, higher than zero hearts dared believe back then. Narrator, twin tails impossible. No aircraft climbs like that, he thought, not ever. Narrator, lightning entered quietly, carrying thunder concealed within beautiful silver wings today here. Narrator, we meet them today, boys. Let's rewrite the mathematics of war, together. Narrator, from heaven to sea, silver predators fell like righteous judgment this hour. Narrator, he pulled hard left, the sky broke beneath his certainty and pride. Narrator, tracer lines stitched disbelief across legends woven from earlier victories, now unraveling. Narrator, they're higher, faster, striking everywhere, God help us, from invisible altitudes above today. Narrator, metal met flesh, science devoured faith within one blinding heartbeat this morning. Narrator, the art of war faded beneath engines that never doubted their purpose. Narrator, altitude decided everything, turning contests vanished under brutal vertical realities for all. Narrator, Sokka felt gravity dragging courage, heavier than any armored plate this time. Narrator, Mitchell marked targets cleanly, then disappeared upward beyond retaliation in cold air. Narrator, doctrine collapsed midair, pages burning faster than parachutes could fall through cloud. Narrator, the future hunted them, precise, patient, utterly without sentiment or mercy today. Narrator, zero controls stiffened, high-speed turns became prayers without answers at these altitudes. Narrator, training promised glory, physics delivered cold, indifferent mathematics instead of survival today. Narrator, a rookie prayed loudly, oxygen hiss muffled his frightened breaths between dives. Narrator, he saw comrades burning, falling, trailing letters home through smoke toward silence. Narrator, Mitchell's voice steadied hearts, smooth as instruments under pressure, maintain altitude advantage. Narrator, boom and zoom became scripture, altitude their cathedral of dominance over Guadalcanal. Narrator, Sokka tasted cordite, salt, and fear inside tightening mask while lungs burned. Narrator, a veteran's certainty cracked, hairline fractures racing through faith midair this hour. Narrator, reports would later whisper, superiority rewritten, altitude ruling engagements from this day. Narrator, zero's myth dimmed, devoured by turbines gulping thin, frozen air at altitude. Narrator, he couldn't hear them coming, only bullets announced arrival from cold heights. Narrator, panic spread faster than fire, formations dissolved into lonely spirals of smoke. Narrator, Sasai realized doctrine failed, he ordered disengagement with trembling authority this afternoon. Narrator, Americans chose battles, dictating terms with altitude, speed, and patience every time. Narrator, Sakai finally understood, bravery alone couldn't bend the sky against relentless physics. Narrator, rumors named lightning's devils, reality proved the rumors merciful by comparison today. Narrator, Japanese hearts sank hearing engines humming like distant, hungry bees above clouds. Narrator, a dive brake failed, prayer filled the cockpit louder than engine noise. Narrator, Mitchell radioed calmly, climb, reset, re-engage, own the vertical, maintain discipline and altitude. Narrator, a zero tried luring low, trap snapped shut above with brutal certainty. Narrator, altitude bled from zeros, lightnings fed greedily on advantage without mercy today. Narrator, belief shattered first, machines only finished what doubt began that terrible minute. Narrator, he pictured home, then fire replaced every remembered face within one heartbeat. Narrator, silence followed combat, heavier than smoke, heavier than truth, within returning hearts. Narrator, Guadalcanal learned a name, the Empire learned humility's price that relentless day. Narrator, the rising sun sank quietly beneath storms no courage could stop today. Narrator, he faced the future, living long enough to finally fear it, alone. Narrator, machines breathe colder than men, yet never tremble before decisions in battle. Narrator, victory tasted clean, too quiet for the blood it cost that day. Narrator, the samurai found no sky left worth defending tonight, only memories remain. Narrator faith built this war, metal and math decided who survived in truth. Narrator pride was buried first, long before bodies cooled beneath flags of mourning. Narrator the new world rose on twin wings, chasing stubborn shadows at dawn. Narrator he met the future aloft, it destroyed him with beauty and certainty. Narrator courage without technology became poetry hurled against unstoppable thunder in those skies. Narrator factories far away forged victories long before pilots strapped in each dawn. Narrator training hours multiplied, experience arrived sooner than enemy replacements could ever match. Narrator strategy favored patience, technology rewarded it with decisive, measured overmatch across theaters. Narrator Operation Vengeance proved range, timing, and nerve could intersect with fatal accuracy. Narrator leaders fell from sky, psychology shattered more than formations among surviving squadrons. Narrator night once offered sanctuary, radar stripped darkness of comfort for hunted crews. Narrator ground attack followed, versatility multiplied terror across supply lines and island roads. Narrator industry improved relentlessly, each variant patched yesterday's discovered weaknesses with surprising speed. Narrator Japan shortened training, bravery arrived unaccompanied by essential skill in cockpit afterlives. Narrator engines failed sometimes, single prop mend ocean, darkness, and sharks awaiting prayers. Narrator contrast, twin engines rumble, damaged lightning limps home determinedly despite ragged holes. Narrator captured papers finally conceded. Avoid lightning unless overwhelming advantage exists before contact. Narrator aces tallied victories, attrition devoured teachers faster than replacements matured across months. Narrator recon lightnings mapped everything. Secrecy drowned under crystal lenses at noon daily. Narrator culture shifted slowly, technology demanded reverence beyond warrior myth after bitter defeats. Narrator some chose ramming, despair replaced doctrine at final edges of collapsing skies. Narrator home islands waited and guarded, beneath thinning screens of fighters as months passed. Narrator commanders acknowledged truth, the air war was already lost before final battles. Narrator Sakai survived, carrying lessons heavier than wounds or medals into quieter years. Narrator he told cadets gently, courage demands technology, or becomes tragedy, repeated softly.